Behind the Walks, Unfiltered with Nidhi Bansal, where we uncover the truth behind the experiences. I am in conversation with Ms. Nidhi Bansal, the CEO of India City Walks. With 24 years of experience and 3 national awards, she has turned storytelling into an art form. She's here to reveal the highs, lows, and the untold secrets of India's most innovative, experience-based brand. Get ready for a conversation packed with insights, controversies, and bold strategies. Let us begin. Thank you for doing this, ma'am. As your team, we have been asking you for the longest period of time, and you've finally agreed.
I'm so glad that I finally agreed to do this. I'm extremely excited and yet a little worried about how this is going to go. But let's go ahead and do this.
Okay, let me begin by asking you this. How long has it been for you to be running this activities and experience business?
So it's been over 11 years now, over a decade that we started this business, and we've been running this business. It's really taken a different shape from where we started to where it is today.
So the first set of questions I have for you is with regard to the business. Is India City Walks focused more on market dominance or encouraging competition?
So when India City Walks started, we actually started off as Delhi Walks and then grew into becoming India City Walks. When we started, there were a handful of university professors who would bring their students out for heritage walks and solely for educational purposes. And there were a few NGOs who were doing heritage walks to promote all the conservation work and all the preservation work that they were doing to create awareness so that they could get more funds. Now, when we came into into this entire field, we realized that there was no structure, there was no professionalism, and there was no scale. So we brought all of that together. Over the years, we've seen more and more people interested in this. More and more people have started understanding what it means. And one of our initiatives, which is the India City Walks Festival, embodies this philosophy. So what we do is, across the country, we give opportunity to locals, people from various fields and backgrounds, to be able to come up and come out as walk leaders, create new tours, new walks, new products, and they get the opportunity to execute and deliver it. So then it becomes more and more people doing this. So yes, while we are completely pro competition, we also have the market dominance in it.
Now, if I ask you, if it comes down to heritage versus profit, what is the priority of India City Walks? Is it preserving the culture or is it maximizing the profit?
Interesting question, because I feel heritage and running that entire business goes hand in hand. It is practically not possible to work on preserving this heritage or creating awareness around it without being able to fuel the business through its profits. So while at the heart, the whole focus is to make sure that heritage is more accessible, more and more people feel very proud about what we have to offer, more and more people become the brand ambassadors for India, the culture, history, legacy part of it gets promoted in the right manner. But to do all of this, it needs money. So we feel that rather than getting into the garb of a lot of organizations do that, get into the garb of saying that, oh, we are a not-for-profit, or we want to do this because we want to promote. The whole thing needs both. So it needs the money. It needs, we need to pay salaries. We need to make sure that people feel proud about being a part of this entire initiative. So it has to have a balance of both.
Now, the next set of questions is about your walk leaders. Does the job pay well, or does the job's glamour compensate for the less pay?
I should ask you this question, being a walk leader yourself, but I shall answer this. See, this entire walk leading has become like anyone free over the weekend. I can become a walk leader. I'll get some kind of money, more like a pocket money. That's the kind of thing that is going on in the market currently. In fact, I know of organizations who are picking people as interns, paying them fairly below the market standards, and selling this job in the form of it will compensate for the glamour, it will compensate for opportunities. But we think a little differently. The way, because of our backgrounds as well, because we come from the corporate world ourselves, and not coming from the corporate world doesn't mean that we've worked for 1 year or 2 years. We come with good 18 years of that experience. We feel that people should be compensated competitively based on what they would get if they were not here versus if they were in another organization or a big organization as well. So being a walk leader does not only mean paychecks, it means skill development, further education, and constant career opportunities. I would say to people just like yourself that don't settle for less, don't become just interns. You want to learn walk leading, learn it the right way, connect yourself with the right people. But these are careers, these are not freelance weekend jobs. That's what I'd like to say.
Now, what about the quality standards? How do you ensure the quality of your work leaders, the consistency and the quality?
We just make sure we pick the right people who come trained and we never train them again. No, we constantly keep upgrading our own processes, our own training manuals. People who are new in the organization, they work with a brand called Delhi Walks, where they get introduced to the concept of walking tours, and then they get hand holding, they get proper guidance, and eventually they come to the brand India City Walks, where they are able to do even personalized tours, and they're able to meet and greet and do bigger, better, they get better opportunities, so to speak. So the idea is that this needs constant training, it needs constant upgradation, because locations may be the same, but things are changing around it. Today we are sitting in Lodi Garden. Yes, it's always been a garden for yesteryears, but many things around here have changed. So we need to keep making sure that those things in the content are updated. And similarly, our walk leaders are very comfortable and not looking lost when they're with guests and they don't know where the routes are, or like a lot of newbies that we see in our office around Old Delhi. I see so many new walk leaders coming in and talking about content about Nogara and the Jain temple and the Haveli, saying these were the these belong to 9 Jain brothers. So content like that is a complete no-no, and so we make sure that that does not happen.
Now, what is the workload? Is the demand for personalized tours causing a burnout among your team?
Burnout happens when people are working non-stop, continuously for a long period of time. Luckily for us, we have a structured approach where, each walk leader is designated and given a certain number of walks per month. It's like in airlines, if you've done over hours of flying, then you get grounded. Similarly, our walk leaders, they can do a certain stipulated hours and number of walks during a month. Otherwise, they also get grounded. And our way of grounding them is to make sure that they get leaves. So yes, thankfully for us, we don't have the burnout situation. But it's not that the walk leaders are only doing walks. Day in, day out, just walking around and things like that. It can become very, very monotonous and very, very boring. So apart from just walk leading, based on their interest and based on what they want to do and contribute to the organization, people have picked up areas of research, people have picked up areas of social media, and look at you today. You're actually...
Some walk leaders are doing podcasts.
So there are multifaceted opportunities that are given to them, and based on what they like to do is what they do. So no burnout.
Now, this is a very, very interesting question, and I think it's high time that we address it. What are your views on the people who copy you? Copy your content, your routes, or even your video patterns?
Imitation is the best form of flattery, Tanvi. I am in the preachy good mood, so I am not going to say too many wrong things. But I think, having said that, people need to have some level of originality. All of you, in fact, my team, you've come back and told me that they're copying our t-shirts, they're copying our testimonials,
even our sweatshirts, the term walk leaders.
Yeah. So I feel people should bring with themselves some level of originality, some credibility to what they stand for and what they want to do. And things like when we started working and creating new concepts, they were copied within 24 hours. I remember there was a time when I published a walk, and the price of the walk was something like $1,500. And I saw another competitive organization, another competition where they had put, initially the price was $300, but the minute they saw our pricing, they put it as 1,800 rupees. And then it was, for them, they put it as a sold out event, while there were nobody that kind of registered, because we got to know that later. So I feel we need to be true to this concept of heritage walks, food walks, night experiences. These activities and experience business is such a large business that it has the scope of growth and scale for each and every one. So I feel instead of copying, we need to create new concepts. There should be innovation, and there should be a lot of brainstorming and new products and new walk leaders, and fresh energies should keep getting attached to this.
Do you think the competitors have ever tried to play, unfair tactics against you?
Yes, several times. I think it happens in all industries, all trades. Unfair practices are happening. I just hope they decrease. They happen at a diminishing rate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes people have copied our entire walk name. Chandni,
Chandni Raat Mein Chandni Chowk, I know.
that was something like blatantly copied and
Yeah.
pasted. Apart from that, I think some people tried to copy the way we conduct our walks.
Or the way we take our testimonials from our
Yes,
guests and
yes.
offline.
All of it. So yes, all this is happening a lot. My only worry with this is that the guests don't get what they expect to get on the walk, and it hampers the guest experience completely. And that's what really hurts me, because I come from the hospitality and tourism background where guest is God. The comfort or whatever we make promises to the guests, we need to fulfill and deliver it. And we're just picking up content and creating great title lines, or just the description is interesting. That delivery has to be the focus. And most of the time, the delivery is something that is missed. I see people not even groomed to the level that they should be groomed to be delivering these walks, and that hurts me the most.
Now the next question is something I personally want to ask you. Why do you always hire young people as your walk leaders?
So this is again a very personal answer that I'm going to give you, because I feel that walk leading, it needs a lot of physical and mental, it's physically strenuous and even mentally very strenuous. So it needs people who can offer both. And I also feel that guiding at a particular age, if you're still guiding at a particular age, say at an age of 60, you're still guiding and still doing these walk leading and others, it means आपके career में कुछ ना कुछ गलत तो गया ही गया. Because ultimately you've not been able to give the baton to the younger generation, because walk leading is all about interpersonal skills, developing oral skills, developing communication skills, storytelling skills. So, that is something that the younger generation needs, so that they get ready for a better career and they can grow in their jobs. Now, walk leaders, जो के, like I'm saying, जो के अभी भी अपने, mid to higher age group में हैं, उन्हें तो ये, they should be able to train more people. They should be giving this as to the future generation. And that's the reason why we hire a lot of walk leaders. But having said that, there are demands and there are requirements for people who are subject matter experts. When we are talking about a certain expertise, then we have something called walk icons, where we have people from university professors, we have people who are subject matter expertise in field who come and deliver the experience. But on a regular basis, I would say, if there are two people, or we are doing daily walks, calendarized walks, or we are doing, basic everyday experiences, there we give the opportunity to the younger generation for them to be able to be developed and for them to get more career options and opportunities, and not, keep holding, because I feel kahin na kahin walk leading एक बहुत बड़ा fame का game हो गया. I am Flana walk leader. I'm so glad I did not start a Nidhi Bansal walk leading company, and we started something as India City Walks, which is more generic, which gives a platform to people to come, join, learn and grow. It's not about personal growth. It's not about कि मैं lead करूँगी तो सबसे best storytelling होगी, best history होगी, best content होगा. It's about, the opportunity given to the younger generation. I also feel guides को एक level पे, एक time पे retire हो जाना चाहिए, because this job can also become mundane and monotonous.
That is very true. Yeah.
And I've seen a cycle कि 2 से 2.5 साल के बाद अगर किसी ने Delhi कर लिया है, then they need to do something else. So they can't be just doing this for 10 years. Only because there is monotony, and no matter how much I love my city and how much I love my country, I cannot be lying through my teeth to say, "Ki, nahi, nahi, you can do this for the next 10 years, stay with me for the next 10 years. If I can give you the growth and career opportunity, stay with me. Otherwise, do bigger things, better things." Most of my ex-walk leaders have gone and they're doing such great things. Some of them have gone international,
Yes.
Your best friend is out studying in Austria. They've gone ahead and taken up bigger opportunities, good jobs, and that's what we want to provide.
Do you think walking tours like these promote sustainable tourism or over-tourism?
Very good question. Both, depending on what kind of an organization are you. I feel because we are accredited by Soch, there are certain SDGs that we need to follow. Make sure that there is no over usage or usage of single-use plastics and other things. So even when we are sending guidelines, we make sure that we write there saying, please don't carry, please carry your own water bottles and stuff like this. So as much and as far as possible, we'll try and make sure that every walk and every experience is more sustainable. But yes, over tourism also happens many times because you have people in groups walking in, but it's still better than imagining 10 cars going across and doing a tour across the city versus a group of 50 people walking. So the number of steps that they get and the whole conservation of environment happens. So I would say sustainable tourism is the choice and the route that we take.
My last question would be, what are your comments on these tour guides wearing sunglasses while leading a walk?
It perturbs me. It makes me very angry, honestly, because I think the basics of guiding should be that you're able to look into the eyes of your guests and be able to communicate through your entire body language. And with eyes being such an integral part of that entire body language, I look at a lot of these people who are just wearing glares and talking in style and accents. It's more about being real, and it's more about delivering that service to its best possibility and capability. And I find that Salman Khan glares wearing very, very off. It puts me off completely. None of our walk leaders are allowed to do it so. And it's not about allowed or not allowed. I think that's where I talk about the training part of it. It's integral. That training teaches you aspects of customer service where you're able to gauge how your customers are, how your clients are, what they want, and you're able to connect with them very, very deeply. And I hope I've answered that correctly for you, Tanvi.